everybody. Excuse me. This morning we're going to be going over setting up Cockatrice, which is a program for your computer related to Magic the Gathering. If we go here, you can get to this from GitHub if you type in Cockatrice MTG. You're going to scroll down until you find the GitHub. And then they have a link right here, which will bring you to this page. And then you'll download it for your operating system. You'll go through the installs. It's great for playtesting offline or connect to a public server. Once you have it, you'll click connect or register to server. I am already connected to the server, so let me show you what that looks like. Register to server will go over all of your information to register you. I believe you'll need to verify your email before you connect to the server, where you'll go ahead and enter your username and password. Once you're connected, you'll see you have different tabs up here. Once this goes green, it will it shows that you're connected. I'm not going to click account because it has personal information on there, but the account is where you'll find things like a username list of everyone who's currently connected. And then, so for me, I use the same username everywhere for when I set up stuff like this, which is tapping name. If we go over to deck storage, this stuff over here is stuff you can load to the server of Cockatrice in case you end up playing from a different computer or something. This will all be stuff saved in your computer. Game replays, which I don't see the replay on here that I wanted, but there was a replay that I really want to be able to watch. I'm kind of bummed that it's not here anymore. And finally, the Magic tab. The Magic tab is going to be where you'll find other servers that people have made, a chat room, a create and join buttons. So when you go to create, this is what it looks like. I play a lot with Yeti VT 970. You can set it to your game type. You can set whether or not spectators can watch. I usually set this up with a password of some kind, and then your friends can join from there. Another way to do it is when you're in this window, you can right click on let's see here. No one I know is on, but let's just right click on someone. You can see show this user's games, and you can see the games that they have open. That's another way to join. Instead of having to go and look for the game room, you can just right click on the name from your user list and go from there. Adding decks. You can build your own deck in here by right clicking at the deck at the sidebar, show related cards. Or you can, like, this is a built mono blue deck from, I think, Tapped Out. And there's a story behind this. Where was I? What were we doing? It was the day we were learning to use Cockatrice, and a friend was supposed to show us. And they came at us with this high-powered deck, and I didn't have all this set up yet. So So what I did was I went and looked up a mono blue deck for our next round. Because I was salty, let's be honest. And when I'm salty, hey, I'm salty. But this was the deck I loaded in. And there was one guy I was playing against who I had been biding my time the whole match. No one had really attacked me. I wasn't taking much damage. I didn't even have a creature on the field. I was just trying to get mana out. And then one of the guys started talking about how this guy who was using Gitrog was going to attack him. Like, maybe I'll help somebody out. So I started countering the guy. And countered, and countered, and countered, and countered some more. It got to the point where he would go, "Can I play this?" And I'd have to be like, "I don't know. Can you play that?" Sometimes I'd have the mana, sometimes I didn't. Just because I got really screwed on the mana in the deck, but it was a fun night. It was great. It was funny. Let's talk about how to port a deck over. So, let's jump on to Moxfield. Moxfield is a deck building, deck listing database. And, they are in fact doing an Assassin's Creed collaboration. That'll be cool. So what you can do is you can go like explore, and you can go, let's go Commander Precons, because Modern Horizon 3 came out. Let's do Graveyard Overdrive. So this will have been something that's been uploaded, it looks like, by an actual user going by this, which I know that they were bought out by a different company. Oh, okay, it's owned by Moxfield. Okay, cool. So, what we're going to do is, you don't want to go to download. You want to go more, and you want to go export. There's different ways to do it, but you want to hit copy for MTG Go, and then it's on your clipboard now. It's what's currently copied. Your control V or your right click, that is what you're going to get, is this list of cards. So now we're going to go back to Cockatrice. I'm going to hit deck editor up here at the top, load deck from clipboard, and you can see this is the whole deck list. Now the problem with this, I'm not sure if this is going to set it up the way I want, but we'll hit OK. You'll notice this over here has changed. These are the Restless. Come back over here. These are the Restless, so it has loaded in. Now, we are going to, we can see that it's loaded in here. There's some things I want you to take a look at. But notice here it says main deck, 99 cards. Commander is a 100 card format, but the easiest way to set this up is to make your main deck your 99 cards of your commander deck. And all the way at the bottom on your sideboard, you'll put your commander. I am going to save this. We are going to save deck as, and we're just going to call it what it is from here. This is Graveyard Overdrive, Modern Horizon 3. So, alright, now it's saved. Now the next thing you can do is you can go, where is it? hit start local game, but we're connected to the server. So let's go to Magic, create. We're going to narrow it down to 1. We're going to set a password to Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen. If you know, you know. So now we have that set up. We're going to go OK. From here, we need to load a deck. You can choose to load one of the remote decks that you uploaded, or load a local deck. Now we just did the Graveyard Overdrive. You can see here, it's got all 99 cards listed in a way that you can see them. Your commander is still on your sideboard. You'll click load. Oh no, sorry, we just did that. You'll click start. This is what it'll look like when you have more people. It'll be split into however many people you have. The next thing you're going to do is go to game, and we need player sideboard. If you know the hotkeys, by all means use them. But then what you're going to do is you're going to take your commander and just put it over here in the red zone. The red zone is your stack, but for our purpose of having our commander out, where everyone can see it, that's going to be the place to put it. From there, you can, there's a different number of hotkeys that your friends may teach you because it's a good way to play, but let's see if I can remember here. Control L, starting life points 40. Control R. No. That's token, and we're not ready for the token. I'm trying to remember how to roll. Control I. Number of sides 20, and I'll tell you over here what you roll. So what you'll do is you'll create your token. As I pull the card from the deck, Control T. You'll name your token what you rolled, 14. And it'll go right out here while everyone else is doing their setup. Then you'll go Control. Oh, what is it? I use Control M because it's already set to the number of cards in your hand. And since I accidentally pulled the card from the top of the deck, this will automatically shuffle it before giving me my 7 cards. Now, there, of course, if, depending on who you're playing with, my group is Morgan friendly, so we're not worried about reducing your hand every time, especially when you're trying to figure out a deck that you're currently testing. But from here, once everyone's ready, you'll all take turns. You can click and drag your cards out. You play a forest. Check to see if you can play anything else. If you can't, how do you pass turn? It's been a minute since I've been on here, but there's a hotkey. Oh, you hit the pass button down here, and then of course it would go to the next person. They would untap, upkeep, draw. You can hit Control D and draw your card, and just keep going. So in this case, we can go ahead and put out Exotic Orchard. We don't have anything else we can play, so we pass. Goes to the next person, comes back to you. You want to hit these as you go through it. When you hit the untap button, it'll untap all of your cards. Upkeep, you'll want to make sure to take any steps for any upkeep triggers. Then do your draw. there's something we can do. We have a creature here, Polygoif. I don't know what it does. Oh, and you can destroy your um, this guy can be destroyed. You don't need it anymore. What you do is you go, okay, I'm gonna play Polygoif. So you'll need to tap a forest, tap two others, double tap on the card you want to play, and then go onto the stack. Once you've confirmed if anyone's going to be an issue in terms of playing it, you can tap it again and it'll come out to the field. Now I'm not entirely sure what this card does, so we are going, is there a way to get a bigger view of it? Not really, so we're just going to tap. Nice, the description doesn't tell me much. That's hilarious. Normally I know what the cards do before like jumping in, so I'll have to go over this before I mess with it more. But this is the general concept, so after you draw, you want to switch to your main phase so everyone knows what's going on. And then you go, okay, I'm going to move to combat. And you do this because of any counters or triggers your opponent might have going on. So you'll declare your attacker. And you can usually, let's see here, draw an arrow to whoever you're going to attack. Like that. And then they can choose what they're going to do from there. Switch to end combat. If you're going to do something after, it's going to be in your second main phase. Then you can go down, alright, I'm going to end my turn. The person who clicks pass is typically the person who's going to be after you. You don't do it yourself. So when they do it, it goes back to untap. Like I said, when you click on it, it'll untap all your cards. Continue going through the steps. Pull the swamp this time. And you can decide from there how you want to continue going through whatever cards you're using. This is a way to deck test if you're not able to start a local game because you're already connected to the server. But it's a way for you to be able to go through the cards in the deck, see how mana flow is working, stuff like that. We're going to close out of this because we're done here. Go back here. So let's see what that card actually is. Where did it go? I thought it was a creature. Was I wrong? It's an unknown card. And it's listed in here twice. When in doubt, go back to here. It looked like a creature. Oh, okay, it's not in one place. So, Polygoif, Trample, Marriott. Oh, Marriott, nice. Its power is equal to the number of cards among the cards in all graveyards. And its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. Pyrogoif. Interesting. Now I'm starting to see why these decks are so damn expensive. So that's a basic rundown. One more thing you can do here on Moxfield is when you click on this, you can go to duplicate. Duplicate will allow you to add it to your deck lists on Moxfield in case you're just browsing. Moxfield does have a mobile app. It's kind of hard to get to. You have to go to the Moxfield website on your phone. And it's not much different than the website. So it's up to you if you want to use that or not. Another thing you should know, let's see here. This one won't have one. Let's go explore, all decks. We're just going to pick one. This primer over here. If you find a deck with a primer. Can I change the search? Advanced search. Let's do something like there it is. Oh, it looks like I messed something there. Let's see if we can get a deck with a primer here. Oh, you know what? I'll just go here. I should be able to get to it by... View history. Here we go. I managed to get back to the original of this deck. So if we click primer, this will go over how the deck works, what the combos are, and how to use them. So if you're wondering how certain combos are supposed to play together or anything like that, this is a good place to do that. Most people who build these more complex decks will include a primer on how the deck works. Let's go back, 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 back. Let's look at another one real quick. I think this one should have one. So you can see here how it has this little button on it, primer. It'll tell you the combos for the deck, so let's go. Ways to win. And so... What? I'm not sure I like this one as much. It's not as full, but that might also be a good thing. So use the 15 ramp cards to cast the commander as fast as possible with at least 1 mana remaining, so we can take advantage of the commander's board wipe. So let's look at the commander. Hexproof from artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Jeez. Whenever he enters the battlefield, create a tapped zombie token for each creature that dies this turn. When he dies, you may pay 1. When you do, destroy all creatures, artifacts, and enchantments. Okay. So, they're talking about ramp. Let's see what they have. Their lands. 2, 3, 4. So 13, 6 is 19, 8 is 27. There's 27 lands in here. Let's look at sorceries. Okay, Arcane Signet So it looks like it uses a lot of the artifacts for mana as well. So the only concern with that is when you use your commanders. Oh, but wait. That one's indestructible. One thing I'm wondering is how you manage when it's going to wipe so many of your own things. Dark rituals in here, that's good. So it really depends. Because the board wipe pattern and the instant sack and instant feign death effect commander on the board, add one additional mana available after sack, and feign cast. I don't like how this is worded. It might be too early for me to be reading through this too. But yes, your primers will help you run through what the strategy of the deck is and what the person who built it was thinking when they built it. I think aside from that, that's all I have there. This video was mainly made for friends of mine, but I'm sure if you have any questions, you can comment down below and can make it a point to get those questions answered for you. For those who do know me personally, feel free to reach out to me on Messenger. Let me know about